Hello, friends. Everyone wants to be successful, especially youngsters like you. And we always equate success with happiness. And so, to be happy, we all look for success in our own lives. For achieving success, we want to grow. And to sustain success, we need to continuously grow. But growth is not a highway ride in the best possible vehicle. The path ahead of us can be very narrow, tortuous, dark, bumpy, and crowded with frequent roadblocks. I was born in this small home in a village. My parents moved to Thiruvananthapuram city when I was just 1 year old. I started my primary education in this small school. I took this picture last week, and the school building remains the same even after half a century. When we are successful, we generally feel proud of ourselves and we attribute the triumph to our intelligence, skills, capabilities, diligence, and whatnot. At the same time, when we are faced with obstacles in our lives, we often tend to blame everything outside us. We would accuse anything and everything of complicity, starting from our parents, relatives, teachers, peers, governments, or the entire system, or even the entire solar system in which we live. When I was in grade 6, I stopped singing on stages. Every Friday, the last hour in our school was for extracurricular activities. I used to sing in my class on all Fridays. One day, one of my classmates told me that he would beat me up if I sang anymore. I was shocked. But my friend was very firm. Next Friday, when the teacher called up my name for a song, I politely told him I did not want to sing. He asked me, "Then what?" I said, "I can give a speech." Now the teacher was shocked. He, with an uncertain face, gave me permission to speak. I spoke, and the teacher told me that I spoke well. That was my first speech. I still speak. I thankfully remember that friend, even at this moment, who threatened me nearly half a century ago of physical attack if I sang. It was this friend who forced me to divert from music to oration. And I still feel sorry for rest of my innocent classmates who patiently listened to all my songs for many months. After that incident, I shifted my singing only to inside bathrooms. But I was forced to stop that too in 1992 when I got married. My wife, Dr. Sandhya, she's a talented singer. What I meant to say is that some of your friends who criticize you are often not your enemies. Some of them who call spade a spade can be those who rescue you at the right time. Right from my college days, I was interested in politics. I was elected student chairman in both the colleges I studied. University College, where I did my BSc, and Medical College, where I did my medical graduation. As a medical student, I was a public health activist, and my dream was to join the World Health Organization, WHO. But due to my modest family background, I thought my WHO dreams could remain a dream. Dreams often come true. I joined WHO in 1999. It became a long journey for many years. WHO took me to countries across the globe. I still continue in leadership roles of certain global committees of WHO. 21 years ago, I left my clinical practice to join my first job with WHO, which was the dream career destination for me. A few months ago, I happily left my job in Washington, D.C., USA, to return to politics and public health activism in India, where lies my passion. I consider this happiness as success. It can be by gaining a dream job or leaving that dream job. The path to success is like a pyramid. The width of the path diminishes as we go up. Everyone will not be reaching the zenith on a pyramid. Therefore, elimination is inevitable. Elimination is painful, especially when we feel that we have performed very well. When we are unable to accept being eliminated, we usually get angry and upset. We complain, we criticize, we curse. Still, elimination is a reality and ought to happen. I can share an example from my own life. I did not score enough marks in my 12th grade to secure medical admission. Those days, 60% of the seats were reserved for BSc graduates. So seats for plus 2 candidates were very limited. So I too had to do BSc. I faced my first elimination when I lost the medical admission once. Let me take you to another story of mine. It was during my medical education days. I applied for a TV anchor position at Doordarshan. I was interviewed. After a week, I received a brown government envelope. But it said I was not selected. The reason stated was that my pronunciation was not good, that too in my mother tongue. This gave a big blow to my self-esteem. I was not sure whether to be happy or sad when I came to know the real reason for my rejection. That was through some informal sources. Those days, people with dark complexion were not preferred for TV anchor jobs, which means my pronunciation was not bad. Something else was bad. We have reasons to be worried about and complain about rejection in such situations. Though I let it go. Elimination and rejection are different. Rejection due to causes unrelated to our performance is painful. Yes, rejection is painful. I did not give up. In 1993, after some 10 years, I became the first doctor to start a regular television health show in the first satellite channel of the country. I did close to 500 weekly episodes in which I tried to pass on my medical knowledge to television viewers in their language. I have been learning from these experiences. Rejection should not dry up our dreams. It is where we need to practice perseverance and persistence. After the medical degree, I was selected by a large public health sector undertaking as their company doctor with a handsome salary. But the MD of that organization advised me not to join. He told me that I'll be confined to a single city while he foresees an international career in me. Rejections can also contribute positively to your life. The MD of the company was right. Had I joined that organization, I would have completely missed my WHO dreams and global exposure. In one of the international organizations where I worked, my promotion that was decided by the executive management was blocked by the head of HR, Human Resources. It was very clear for everyone that it was an act of discrimination. This time I fought. I fought tooth and nail. Finally, I got promoted. Unfortunately, the HR had lost her job. I felt sorry for her, but I did not regret fighting discrimination. On many occasions, it will not be clear if it is elimination or rejection. Elimination is often natural and justifiable. By improving our knowledge, skills, or confidence, we will be able to overcome elimination. However, rejection need not be that straightforward. We will need to attain will not give up attitude to overcome such rejections. We will have to fight. International jobs gave me diplomat status. For a person with a modest start in life, it was a big thing. For an Indian like me, it could have been the last destination too when you work for UN or a similar organization. Mostly staff from donor countries, richer countries, they get bigger positions by virtue of their country's contribution to these organizations, huge contributions. India contributes very little. I sense that I did not have further growth in Geneva. That was when an American health organization offered me a directed position with the responsibility to lead a global portfolio. It was attractive for me. I resigned the diplomat job and moved to Washington, D.C. When you are stuck, start looking for alternate paths. Become flexible for mid-course corrections. There is no meaning in making noise at traffic jams. There is no meaning in honking. Look for alternatives. That should happen even before you reach the traffic jam. Look for bypasses or detours before you reach the roadblock. While on the road, the GPS in your car can show on your screen the roadblocks far ahead of you. But in real life, you need to detect roadblocks yourself and take deviations well ahead of the block. When I started 4th grade in my school, one Mrs. Sujata teacher, she gave me the responsibility of leading the national pledge taking in the school assembly. I was becoming the school leader, which I realized only after a few weeks, when one of my older cousins told me that one who anchors the pledge is the school leader. We often miss to see small lifts that we receive from others. If we are growing, it is because of these small supports too, which we may not count at all. We need to count the contributions made by all our family members, especially our parents. This was my first stage, and these 3 small steps in the school, these were my initial steps in leadership. My dear friends, success is not easy, so work hard. Remember, success is not what others praise about you. Success is what makes you realize your dreams and passions. Therefore, success is not impossible. There will be barriers, setbacks, pitfalls. Learn not to give up. Practice perseverance. Accept eliminations that are inevitable, but fight rejections that have the flavor of discrimination. Finally, remember those who have given you a hand, those who have recognized your potential. Thank them by repeating that gestures for the younger generation. Dear friends, thank you for your patient listening and wish you all the best in your lives.